Shalom. Before I start, I want to give all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Yahweh Kachodash, Yahweh, which is the one true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his one only true name is Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, because those are the men who I've learned this truth from, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. And shalom to you, sincere brothers scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity. I am the brother Mashiach Arazakah from the Servants of Yahweh Yahweh Shai Camp, Las Vegas, Nevada branch. And pretty much, Salaki brothers, I've been on a plantation, and I got off on a plantation late. So, through the spirit, we're going to go into various topics. And in this lesson, we're going to go over self-examination, being humble, right, and avoiding pride. And these are the three things that we need to really observe more in the truth, more in the ministry. All right, you brothers out there that's claiming to be men of the Lord, you brothers out there that's in this thing, it's time to do more examining. You got to do more examining. All right, I'm speaking for myself first and foremost. Your appearance, all right, how you carrying yourself in the truth, how your hair is, all right. It's time to do more examining. All right, time to do more examining, brothers. And Lord willing, this is edifying. This is Second Corinthians 13:5. It says, examine yourselves. Con, you want to examine yourself when you come into the ministry. Okay, as you come into this thing, you're first learning. It's exciting. It's a blessful thing. All right, you learning that you're an Israelite. You know the basics of the scriptures here and there. All right, you know the videos, the lessons that you're attaining, that you're doing. And if you are in a camp, you go out to camp. If you're not in a camp, you still could go out and teach. You still are required to go out and teach. But the main thing is that, there's more to it than just doing those things. You got to self-examine yourself. You got to look at how you're presenting yourself on camera. You got to look what type of hairstyle you have. And that's what is a effect amongst Jakes. All right, Jakes is so busy hooked on these styles, having curls, having, long hair, how long their beard is, how they should line their beard up, all these things. This is, Jake is caught up in the image, and you gotta observe those things, man. You gotta observe those things. You gotta work with yourself. You gotta examine yourself individually. All right, let's read it again. This is Second Corinthians 13:5. It says, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. See, so when you're in the faith, you're in the ministry, you want to examine yourself. You want to make sure you're on point. You want to make sure you're teaching the correct doctrine. You want to make sure you're following the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Those are the men that I've learned this truth from. I've been in this truth for 7 years. All right, I've been in this truth since I was 23. I'm 30 years old now. I'll be 31 next month. So, I've been in this truth for a little while. I'm not going to say long, but I've been in this thing a little while, and through learning from those men, it taught me how to be a true man, all right, how to conduct myself as a true man of the Lord through the Spirit. So, a lot of you brothers out there, you guys are claiming to be in the truth. You guys are claiming to be men of the Lord, but it's time to really start making steps in your spiritual walk. And I'm speaking for myself first and foremost. You want to really start making steps, huge differences, So you want to examine yourself. Examine yourself. It says, prove your own selves, right? No, it says, know ye not your own selves, how Mashiach Yahweh Shai is in you, except you be reprobate. So you want to make sure you examine yourself in this ministry. Because if you being prideful in this thing, it's like you being prideful in this thing, you think you're a know-it-all, and then you start going up against the men of the Lord, the men that you learned the truth from, and you just start thinking that you're just on their level now because you've been in this thing for some time, when clearly you just a baby in this thing. That's not a good example to be, because you're actually heading towards destruction. And a lot of you Jakes are not understanding that. You guys are going off on the doctrine. You're going off on the scriptures. You guys are not examining yourselves. You guys are not looking at how you're moving in the ministry, how you're carrying yourself in the ministry. You guys got to look at that. You got to look at how you're presenting yourself on camera, man. Your image. Look at your image. Look at how you're carrying yourself in this thing. So you want to do a lot more examining, and I want to get the definition of examine. That word examine, it means to inspect closely. Okay, to test the condition of, to inquire, and to carefully investigate. So you want to observe yourself. You want to investigate yourself. You want to inspect yourself. Okay, am I doing this right? Am I teaching the truth right? Am I following the men of the Lord? Am I learning properly? Am I carrying myself on camera right? Am I saying the right things? You know, if I got these weird ass haircuts, you know, my hair too long? You know, these are the things that you got to look at. All right, and what am I doing in this ministry that I can make better for myself? You know, these are the things you brothers got to look at, man. You got to look at these things. You got to look at what is it, you know, how to make yourself better in your spiritual walk, how to grow. You're trying to grow, man. You're not trying to keep being immature and picking and choosing, well, I'm going to do this way, I'm going to do it that way. No, fall in line, fall in order, okay? And inspect yourself. Inspect yourself, all right? Examine yourself. Because, hey, this is your own spiritual walk. Yeah, you're coming into the truth. The Lord called you into the truth, but you're on your own journey. You can be around a lot of different brothers in the ministry, but you're in your own journey. This is your own journey. So you want to really follow those men, follow Great Millstone, and apply those lessons to your spiritual walk to help yourself grow in the ministry. All right, my hair is getting too long, cut it down. All right, you know, cut it down. I know I got to cut my hair down, cut it down. You know, hey, the elders say, hey, don't talk crazy, talk in this manner. All right, Khan, Salakia, talk in that type of manner. How am I presenting myself on this camera? Am I doing it right? Am I being carnal? Am I being emotional? Am I going off on precepts? You know, these are the things you brothers got to look at. You got to look at these things, man. And I'm speaking for me. I'm speaking for me. Let's get out, I got another precept too, brothers, off the top of the head too. This is, let me get out this precept. This is, this is James 4:6. It says, but he giveth more grace, wherefore he saith, the Most High resisteth the proud. See, the Lord doesn't deal with a Jake that's prideful. Like you WFI guys out there, you guys are going off on the scriptures, right? Everyone knows that you learned from Great Millstone. You studied under those men. Then you went from studying from under those men to following Zabak and learning from him. And then now you guys, you know, started your own group, and now you guys are teaching false doctrine, and you're trying to correct men that been in the truth way longer than you. You guys been in the truth as long as you WFI guys been in the truth probably as long as I have, 7 to 8 years, and you guys just think you guys are just these top ranking elders when you guys are babies in the ministry. And that's what a lot of you jakes are not understanding. A lot of you individuals is babies in the ministry. I'm a baby in the ministry. It'll be 8 years for me in August. Lord willing, if I'm in the truth, but I mean longer. But I'm just saying, a lot of you guys is babies in the ministry, man. Y'all don't know everything. That's why what's so hard with just following and learning from the men of the Lord that the Lord set up. Growing. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to take your title away. Because that's what brothers think. I got a title. I got to keep my title. Because that's what these guys are looking at. I got a high title. I got a lot of subscribers. You know, I don't want to lose my title. I don't want to lose what I got. Then you're not teaching the truth for salvation purposes. You're clearly teaching the truth for vainglory purposes. And that's not a good spirit to be in. That's not a good spirit to be in. So you jakes out there that's claiming to be men of the Lord, you really want to examine yourself. And you really want to be careful what you teaching or what you bringing out and how you doing things. Right? James 4:6, it says, but he giveth more grace, wherefore he saith, Yahweh Bashim Ashai resisteth the proud, but give grace unto the humble. And that's who the Lord is dealing with. He's dealing with humble, sincere brothers, sincere Akim. All right? The Lord isn't dealing with prideful, demon-ass niggas. Because that's what you guys are. Prideful, demon-ass niggas. You guys don't want to be told nothing. You guys think you guys know everything. You know, these guys are trying to rebuke men that been in the truth. The elders of Apostle Great Millstone been in the truth for 40 plus years. Elder Apostle Hart been in the truth for 40 years. 40 years. And you guys been in the truth 10 years, maybe 9, 7, 8. You know, you guys are babies like me. We're 7-year-olds in the spirit. You know, we're grown men in the flesh, but in the spirit, we're babies, man. 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old. You're 10 years old. You're not fully experienced. The elders of Apostle Great Millstone are very experienced men. They've been through a lot. They've done a lot through the spirit. The Lord has put the spirit on those men to break things down. They're highly advanced in the ministry. You guys are not advanced like that. You guys are novices. Because you going off on the MOTB, you're a novice. If you going off on the MOTB, if you can't get that the MOTB is the seat to the hip, you are a novice. You are a novice. You're a novice, man. Hey, nothing wrong with nothing wrong with that. But you're a novice. You don't know the scriptures, man. You guys are learning and leaning into your own understanding, which is not good. That's not a good spirit to be in. And let me get another precept. This is James 4:10. It says, humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord. And how are you going to be able to humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord? Because the Lord speaks to his men. So when those men rebuke you, right, they're showing you the right way, the right path, the right direction. When you get rebuked by the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, they're showing you the right path. But you don't want to take the right path. They're showing you this is the path to go, but you're saying, nah, I don't want to go that way. I want to go that way. All right, I want to go that way. I don't want to follow you to go that way. I want to find my own way to that light. So there's a light. Let's say there's a light. Right now, we're on that road. There's a light that's straight ahead. And the elders apostles of Great Millstone are directing us to that light. And you're telling them, I don't want to go that way. I'm going to go this way to go around. Because you guys it's taking too long. This is too long of a path to take. I'm going to go the opposite way around. I'm going to do the ministry my way, going this way. It's my way or the highway. I'm going this way. You guys can go ahead and keep going straight and following them. I'm not following y'all. I'm going this way. And you're leading yourself into a ditch, which is going to be destruction. And that's what you Jakes are not looking at. So you want to humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord. That's how you want to be. You want to fear the Lord. You want to be obedient to the Lord to the best of your ability. A lot of you Israelite groups out there that's not following Great Millstone and that's against Great Millstone, y'all are condemning yourselves from receiving salvation because you guys are teaching false doctrine. You guys are teaching false doctrine. You guys are not examining yourselves. You guys are being prideful. You got a pride demon on you. And that's not a good way to be in the truth. That's not a good example to be in the ministry. James 4:10, it says, humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord and he shall lift you up. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord. You want to be humble in the truth. You want to be humble in the ministry. You want to learn from the elders and apostles of Millstone. The Lord set those men up. There's nothing wrong from learning with men. What's wrong? What's so wrong with learning from men? Why does it hurt you guys so bad? You don't want to learn from men. You want to get it your own way. That's not how it works. The Lord has men set up. You want to follow those men and you want to learn from those men. Those men, through those men, you're going to receive salvation, man. You know, you don't want to be prideful in the truth. What happens when you're prideful? This is Proverbs 16:8. It says, pride goeth before destruction. Pride goes before destruction. You're going to be destroyed if you don't repent. It says, and a haughty spirit before a fall. A lot of individuals being brought out to the light. You got WFI guys, they being brought out to the light. You got IUIC, they being brought out to the light. You had the other group, ISUPK, they being brought to light. All these groups that we're saying are being brought to light. They're going off on the scriptures. They all teaching false doctrine. You got ISUPK teaching that the MOTB is having drugs in your hand. You got a bag of weed, cocaine in your hand, anything drug in your hand is an MOTB going off. You got Nathaniel teaching that it's sin. IUIC, they teach that the MOTB is sin. They going off. Then you have the FWI guys, they saying that it's sin, or they say that it's many forms of MOTB. There's many different forms. The MOTB is all around you, which is going off. The MOTB is the seat to the hip. That's it. It's not nothing else. It's not a cell phone. It's not a dollar bill. It's not no fucking drugs. It's not no damn sin. It's not spiritual. The MOTB is not spiritual. Now there is a spiritual mark which goes to Ezekiel the 9th chapter, but Revelations 13, right, verse 15 through 17 is not talking about a spiritual mark. That's something physical. All right, that's it. That's a seat to the hip. But you got these groups, they just going off on that, and that's a prophecy. How are you going off on that? That's the most understandable prophecy in the Bible. That's the most understanding prophecy in the Bible, man. I don't get how you Jakes can't get that, and you niggas is just going off on that. That's crazy. You going off on Revelations 13, 15 to 17. You guys can't understand it. But hey, the Lord has you guys in that spirit. The Lord has you guys in that mindset because he ain't dealing with you. You guys are prideful. You got a pride. You guys got demons on you. You guys are prideful. And anyone that has a problem with what I'm saying, don't watch my lessons. If you got a problem with me talking about those groups, do not comment on my lessons. And you women out there, y'all need to stop flapping your damn gums. Because you guys is flapping, saying a whole lot of comments on my comment board. If it ain't a question, don't say nothing. Because what's going to wind up happening too is I'm going to wind up blocking you from my channel. Because I've been getting a lot of random comments on my comment board from women saying their opinions, bringing out their statements or their bold statements on the comment board. I don't care about what you're saying. The gospel has to be defended. You know, and you guys are ya. It's Yahweh. That's his name. Y'all just say ya. Yah says this, Yah says that. It's Yahweh. Yah means he, Yahweh means to be, exist, he is. Say the whole name, Yahweh. That's his name. Alright? So pride go before destruction. And a lot of guys are being brought out to the light. It says in a haughty spirit before a fall. A lot of individuals are being brought out to the light. The Lord is bringing them out and they're being revealed. This is why you don't want to be prideful. Verse 19, it says, better it is to be of an humble spirit. See, better it is to be of a humble spirit. So you want to be humble. You got these guys going off on the doctrine and they being prideful because they getting rebuked. Now you want to go back and forth, and then you're trying to rebuke the elders. The scriptures say rebuke not an elder. It says treat them as your father. So you want to, the elders of Paul's Great Millstone are our parents in the spirit. They are fathers in the spirit. They're guiding us and keeping us in the right state. You know, they're keeping us from going off. You know, they're keeping us instructed on the right path. And that's what you should be focused on. But you got jakes that's focused on vainglory. Well, if I get rebuked by them and this and that, I'm going to lose all my fan base. Well, you're not a man of the Lord. You're carnal. It says, better it is to be of an humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud. Right? Because the Lord ain't dealing with the proud. The Lord deals with the humble. If you a jake out here that's prideful, the Lord ain't dealing with you, man. You got a pride demon on you. And that pride demon is fully activated. It's been activated for a minute. You got a lot of jakes that's being prideful, you know. So you want to really be humble in the ministry. You want to be humble in the truth. You want to be following the men of the Lord, because the Lord isn't dealing with these jakes that's prideful. He's not dealing with y'all, man. All right. He ain't dealing with you guys that's prideful. This is Proverbs 11:2. It says, when pride cometh, then cometh shame. Right. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. Because you're not taking heed to the instructions given to Yahweh Shemashai. Y'all not following the gospel. Y'all not following in the way of Yahweh Shemashai through the spirit. Because the Lord speaks to his men, and the elders in the Paul's Great Millstone are those men. And you are to follow the instructions given through those men. Because the Lord set those men up. You know. It says, when pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly is wisdom. See? With the lowly is wisdom. The Lord's dealing with the humble. Because we have an understanding. We're fully persuaded in our own mind. We're humble. We're sincere. We fear the Lord. We want to receive salvation. That's what your goal should be. To receive salvation. Not to be vainglory. You trying to be a celebrity. You got a celebrity spirit on you. You want everybody to follow you and to respect you highly. You trying to be an elder is a very hard position to take. You know, I wouldn't even want that title right now. To take on, you know, I'm 7 years in the truth and I'm being called an elder and being on that type of position. That's a heavy job to do. You know, trying to be an elder, that's a heavy job to do. You know, the elders of Paul's Great Millstone, they have a lot. That's a big responsibility. You know, so while you're 7 years, 8 years, you know, 9 years, 10 years, 11 years in the truth, you should be really growing and getting all the precepts, you know, not the precepts, but getting the understanding of the doctrine. Salaki, elders and brothers, getting the understanding of the doctrine, you know, getting the basics of the breakdowns down, you know, getting built up and continually growing. You know, you trying to be an elder now, you're not on that, y'all not on that level. Y'all not ready. You know, you're not ready. You're not ready. If you've been in the truth since 2015, 14, 13, you're not ready. You know, the elders Paul's Great Millstone been in the truth since the 80s, late 70s, early 80s. That's 40 years. That's 40 years. You ain't been in the truth 40 years. None of you niggas ain't been in the truth for 40 years. You guys been in the truth for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 years. You know, 3 years and up to 10. And you think you're on the rank of an elder. You're nowhere near that. You guys are nowhere near that, man. And I'm speaking for myself first and foremost in that. You know, build up, learn, grow. You want to grow in the ministry. You should be trying to grow in the ministry, man. You know, this is Proverbs 16:5. It says, everyone that is proud in heart. Now that word heart is a Hebrew word which means lob, which means mind. So it says, Everyone that is proud in heart, meaning mind, is an abomination to the Lord. So those of you that's prideful out here, that's rebelling against the instructions, rebelling against the rebukes that the elders is putting upon you guys, because you guys are going off and you guys are still being prideful on that. You guys are still trying to go back and forth with them. Pride goeth before destruction. You're going to be destroyed. It's an abomination. It says everyone that is proud in heart, meaning mind, is an abomination to the Lord. It's an abomination to the Lord to be prideful. And if you being prideful, that's an abomination, man. You could be destroyed for that. So you want to fear the Lord. Read that again. Proverbs 16:5. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. So if you being prideful, that's an abomination. You could be destroyed for that, being prideful. So you want to remain humble. All right. You want to remain humble. Proverbs 29:23. A man's pride shall bring him low. See, a man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. See, so the Lord is dealing with the humble. The Lord is always going to have grace and mercy to the humble. He's not going to have grace and mercy to the fucking proud. Hell nah, man. It don't work like that. It does not work like that, man. Because this is what a lot of these jakes is doing in the ministry. A lot of these jakes that's claiming to be in the truth, this is what they're doing right here. Galatians 6:3. It says, for if a man think of himself to be something, these guys think they're on the rank of an elder. They think they're on the levels of the elders in the Apostles' Great Millstone. They think they're on a high level because they've been in the truth long as I have. Some of these guys, them WFI guys, they've been in the truth 7 years like me. Probably 7, probably going on 8. And they think they're on a rank of Elder Apostle Hargabar, Ramla, Apostle Akkad. Hell nah, man. They've been in the truth for 40 years and you've been in the truth 7, 8 years. You're a fucking baby in the truth, man. You thinking yourself as something and you ain't shit, man. I ain't shit. You know, I ain't nothing, man. I'm glad to be in the ministry. I'm glad to be a man of the Lord, but I ain't gonna put myself on a pedestal to think I'm just the greatest guy in the world that know everything, the greatest Jake in the world to know everything. Fuck no. I still have to learn. I still have to grow. There's a lot of things I still gotta learn. Even though I've been in the truth 7 years, I still gotta learn a lot more stuff. You know, that's why I tune into the lives of the Elders Apostles Great Millstone, and I continually tune into the lives and constantly put them on my posts so the sheep that follow me can get it. You know, because if you following me, you're considered sheep. You want to follow men that I've learned from. So that's why I share the posts of the elders. I mainly share the posts because I have a lot of people that follow me that's maybe new in the truth, and directing them to the men of the Lord, that's a blessing, because then they can receive the gospel and they can grow. That's what it's about. But you jakes are not doing that. You guys are not guiding the sheep, you know, to the true men of the Lord, so they can receive the edification. You guys are just having them just follow you only, and you're limited. You don't know a lot. You're not knowing a lot. You guys don't know a lot. You know. Let's read that again. Galatians 6:3. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceive himself. And that's you, Jakes. You're deceiving yourself because you think you're something big, and you're not big, man. You ain't shit. You barely learning. You just learning. You're a baby in the truth. I'm a baby in the truth. We're babies in the truth. We're still growing and learning. But you guys are putting yourselves up as this big ass dude that think you know it all. You guys don't know it all, man. You guys don't. You guys out there don't know it all, man. You need to examine yourself. You need to really look at how you're presenting yourself and how you're, conducting yourself in the ministry. That's how you guys got to be, man. You got to be like that. You know, examining yourself. And I'm speaking for myself, examining myself. That's why I cut my hair even lower. I don't want curls anymore. Fuck that. I'm cutting this shit off. You know, we got to follow instructions given. We got to learn to be humble and be sincere and do things righteously to the best of our ability, which is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. We always say that. We trying to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. How are you doing that if you're not fully examining yourself? You're not really looking at how you're presenting yourself on camera, how your hair looks, things like that. You know? We gotta stop looking, I wonder if my hair is good. I got my hair good. I gotta have my fro, man. I gotta have a nice round fro, man. I don't wanna cut my hair. You know, my hair is long. I don't wanna cut my hair. You're worried about fashion and beauty, and that's feminine. You worried about fashion and beauty. That's fucking feminine, man. You're a fucking man. Why are you worrying about your outer appearance? That's fucking feminine, man. You're feminine. Women do that. You jakes out there, y'all not fucking women. Y'all not fucking women, man. You guys are men. Stop being feminine. Stop worrying about, my hair, man, and this and that. Come on, man. We're fucking men. Women do that. We're not women, bro. You know? So like it for the rambling, too. Let me get another precept out. This is Philippians 2 and 3. It says, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory. See? So you don't want to be trying to have vainglory. You just worried about the fan base. You're not worried about the ministry. You're not worried about your salvation. You just worried about the fan base. That's not how you're supposed to be in the ministry. And if you a Jake that's like that, woe unto you. Lord gonna destroy you for trying to have a big fan base. He gonna fuck you up because you're leading his sheep in the wrong direction. You want to fear the Lord. You want to worry about the biggest fan base. You trying to get all the gang subscribers. You want to have 20.k subscribers. That's a big responsibility. You know, that's a big responsibility. You just worried about vainglory. You gay Jakes out there with the vainglory demons, you guys are going to be destroyed. That's what's going to happen to you guys. Because you guys are not enduring in the ministry righteously. You guys are not in this thing for the righteous purposes. You know, you're not in the ministry for the right reasons. You just in it for wicked reasons, man. That's wicked. Vainglory. That's not being a man of the Lord. Jakes is caught up in fashion. Jakes is worried about their image. They worried about how they looking. If they oppressing anybody. That's not being a man of the Lord, man. That's not being a man of the Lord, man. That's not. Again, Philippians 2 and 3. It says, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory. So, you don't want to be a Jake to be in this thing for vainglory, because then you don't have a reason why you're in the truth. You just in the truth for just fashion and popularity. And that's for entertainment purposes. That's not a good reason why you should be in the ministry. And if you're a Jake that had that spirit, I would really ask the Lord to take that spirit off of me, because that spirit can cause you to be destroyed. It can fuck you up. You don't want that. It says, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. So, right, you should be reaching for what? Seeking the kingdom to come, right? Examining yourself, working out your own salvation individually. It's a spiritual warfare out here between yourself. This is why, that's the main reason why you should be in the truth, because you're in a spiritual battle. Yeah, there's a physical one, but there's a spiritual battle between yourself. You're battling and fighting against yourself in this thing. But you just ain't looking at that. You're looking at how you can gain followers and all that. You're not working out your salvation. You guys ain't. You guys are not working out your salvation, man. This is Proverbs 8 and 13. It says, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way and the forward mouth do I hate. The Lord hates that. The prideful spirit, man. The arrogant spirit. You don't want to be told nothing. You think you know it all. You try to go back and forth with the elders. You know, you guys are just out here just doing things for your own vainglory, feeding your own belly. Well, you guys are going to be destroyed doing that. You're going to be destroyed doing that. So you want to repent. You guys want to humble yourself, man. Get yourself in order. Examine yourself. Because you can become a reprobate. The Lord can take the spirit from you. I'm going to get that out right here. This is Psalms 51 and 11, right? This is Psalms 51:11. It says, cast me not away from thy presence and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Because the Lord can take the spirit from you. You want to make sure you're using your gift. You don't want to neglect your gift. You want to use your gift to the best of your ability. Even if it's only knowing Deuteronomy 28:68. If that's the gift that the Lord gave you, teach it. If it's Romans 10 and 13, that's the only thing you know, teach it. If it's Job 9 and 24, that's the only thing you know, teach it. Use your gift. Because if you don't use it, the Lord can take it from you and he can give it to someone else. And you don't want that. You don't want that. Because then if he takes the spirit from you, this is what can happen to you. And I'm going to end it with this right here. You don't want this. You don't want that to happen. Let me get out that Romans 1 and 28. This is Romans chapter 1 and verse 28. The Lord can do this to you. You don't want this, man. I'm speaking for myself first and foremost. Right? Romans 1 and 28. It says, and even as they did not like to retain Yahweh in their Yahweh Shemashai in their knowledge, Yahweh Shemashai gave them over to a reprobate mind. That word reprobate means rejected. All right? The Lord rejected you, man. You don't want that. It says to do those things which are not convenient. Right? You got a lot of J's. Look at them going off. Teaching false doctrine. Right? Mixing doctrine. Teaching the MOTB is all these different things when it's really the C to the hip. But they teach it outside of that. All these other different doctrines. That's false doctrine. You guys are reprobates. You guys are bugged out. You got guys that had the truth. They fell out of the truth and they start teaching a whole different doctrine. You don't want to be that individual, man. Repent. Examine yourself. Brothers, you got to start examining yourself. We're in the last days. You want to do more examining. You want to start examining yourself. Is my hair too long? Cut this shit. All right? Am I saying things right on camera? You know, fix this shit. You know, am I reading scriptures correctly? Am I doing things right? I gotta watch how I'm carrying myself, man. I gotta tune into the lives. I gotta make sure I'm studying. I gotta make sure I'm growing in the ministry. I gotta make sure I'm paying my tithes and praying for brothers out there. You know, being brotherly. That's another thing. Charity. You know, that also works with diligence. You gotta be charitable for brothers, man. Lift brothers up, guide brothers, hit brothers up, talk to brothers, ask them how they are, how they doing. You know, these are things that we got to be doing just besides just doing the works. It comes with other things as well. Other things come with it. So, hey, Lord willing, lessons edifying. I want to give all honors and glories, praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Yahweh Kakodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. And shalom to you, sincere brothers scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Mashiach Arazakah from the Servants of Yahweh Yahushai Camp, Las Vegas, Nevada branch. And Lord willing, this lesson's edifying. So, hey, I did this lesson because it's been on my spirit heavy. All right, we got to do more examining. We got to do more being humble, and we got to avoid the pride demon. All right, we got to avoid those things because it's a shifting going on, man. And you don't want to be that individual. All right, you don't want to be that individual. So, Lord willing, this lesson's edifying. Till next time I say, shalom.